Dylan Wang breaks down on camera after Shen Yue walks away. I have nothing left to prove. But how did it come to this? Just days after Shen Yue revealed the heartbreaking truth behind her fall, a silent pain brought on by the messages she found on Dylan Wang's second phone, she had agreed to see him once more. That moment was not staged. There were no cameras in the room. Just quiet. Two people. Years of love, mistakes, and unsaid words pressing between them. And when Dylan, holding her hand gently, asked if there was still hope, her response was a whisper that cut deeper than any scream. You say you love me, but you still do not know how to love me. And I am tired of hoping you will learn. She stood up, kissed his forehead, and left. Not with anger. Not with noise. Just the devastating power of finality. Movie camera the breakdown, and the camera that kept rolling. What happened next was not meant to be seen. A behind-the-scenes documentary crew had been quietly working with Dylan Wang on a personal video diary series meant to launch next year. The intention was to document his life behind fame, not his heartbreak. But when Dylan returned to the empty hospital room after Shen Yue's departure, the cameras were still rolling. At first, he was quiet. Still. Then, as if the weight of her absence struck him all at once, he dropped to the floor, clutching the small letter she had once given him, the one that started it all. He began to cry, not in short sobs, but with a rawness that could only come from deep emotional collapse. The footage shows him pacing, then whispering her name over and over again, then falling to his knees. Of course. Here's the fully revised version of the article with no emojis, written in a dramatic, emotional, and deeply engaging tone, and maintaining a very lengthy style as requested. Dylan Wang breaks down on camera after Shen Yue walks away. I have nothing left to prove. The silence after a storm is sometimes louder than thunder itself. And for Dylan Wang, that silence became unbearable the moment Shen Yue walked away, not just from the hospital, but possibly from everything they once believed was unbreakable. In what is now being described as one of the most heartbreaking celebrity meltdowns ever caught on camera, Dylan Wang was filmed during a raw, unfiltered emotional collapse that has left fans worldwide shaken. The footage, now circling quietly behind the scenes of media circles, exposes not a star in damage control but a man completely undone, broken, vulnerable, and without defenses. But how did everything spiral to this point? And what happened between Dylan and Shen Yue in those final moments? A moment she never promised. Only a week earlier, the world watched in stunned silence as Shen Yue was found unconscious beneath a hotel balcony in one of the most mysterious and emotionally charged incidents of the year. After days of speculation and confusion, Shen Yue finally shared her side of the story. She did not fall by accident. She fell because emotionally, she was already broken. She had read private messages on Dylan Wang's second phone, messages exchanged with a woman from a past production. Messages she was never meant to see. And one line in particular that haunted her. If I could turn back time, I would have met you first. Those words, never deleted, were still in his phone. Still there while he told her she was everything. Still there while she waited alone. But even after revealing her heartbreak, Shen Yue allowed one more visit. Not for closure. Not for comfort. But to see, one last time, if anything between them still had meaning. You still do not know how to love me. Dylan entered her hospital room that morning with hope. What he found was quiet, calm, and heavy with finality. Shen Yue was sitting by the window, dressed in a light sweater, her cast covered but her eyes distant. She did not look angry. She looked tired. Tired of hurting. Tired of defending her silence. Tired of explaining feelings to someone who only heard words. When Dylan knelt beside her and asked gently if they still had a future, Shen Yue closed her eyes. You say you love me, she said, but you still do not know how to love me. And I am tired of hoping you will learn. She kissed his forehead, touched his cheek, and left the room without another word. She did not cry. She did not look back. The camera that kept rolling. What followed is something no fan was ever supposed to see. Dylan Wang had been filming a quiet personal documentary with an independent film crew. A project that was meant to reflect his inner life, the thoughts, struggles, and emotions behind the fame. No one anticipated the documentary would capture the darkest moment of his life. As soon as Shen Yue exited the room, Dylan remained seated, frozen in silence. He stared at the door for nearly 5 minutes. And then, without warning, he fell to the floor. He held on to a letter she had written days earlier, the same one that shattered him when he first read her truth. His breathing became erratic. He began to cry. Not silent tears, but the kind that come from someone finally realizing they had lost something they could never recreate. The camera was never turned off. It caught every second. The pacing. The shaking hands. The whispering of her name again and again. And finally, the words that broke hearts across the crew room. I have nothing left to prove. I gave her what I thought was love. But maybe it was never enough. Maybe I don't know what love is. Falling without her. That video was not supposed to be shared. But after Dylan gave consent, it was handed to Shen Yue privately. Not for media. Not for gossip. But so she could see the man behind the silence. The man who was now collapsing in her absence. Sources close to Shen Yue say she watched the footage in private. Alone. She did not cry. But she sat in silence for over an hour before speaking to anyone again. Her only words. This is what I was waiting to see. But now I am too tired to stay. Where they stand now. Shen Yue has reportedly left the city. She is said to be spending time at a remote healing retreat, away from cameras, phones, and the noise of public opinion. Dylan Wang has paused all projects. His team has confirmed he is under supervised rest and emotional recovery. His family has flown in to be by his side. There are no announcements about breakups. No confirmations about reconciliation. Just a quiet void where love once lived. And the footage of a man breaking down alone. Fans have taken sides. Some say Shen Yue was right to walk away. Others say Dylan never got a chance to explain. But the truth remains tangled between private pain and public perception. Is it really over? No one knows what happens next. But one thing is clear. Sometimes, the loudest declarations of love mean nothing. And the silence after someone walks away becomes the most honest moment of all. Dylan Wang may have nothing left to prove. But somewhere in the echoes of his tears, there is still a man hoping to be heard. Even if the one person he wants to hear him has already closed the door. And that, more than anything else, is what makes this story unforgettable. Stay close. Because nothing about this ending feels final yet. A mysterious woman appears. Did she know Dylan Wang before Shen Yue? Just when fans believed the heartbreak between Dylan Wang and Shen Yue could not deepen any further, a new twist has thrown everything into chaos again. A mysterious woman has stepped forward. She claims to have once been close to Dylan, closer than anyone realized, long before Shen Yue ever entered his life. And now, after seeing Dylan's emotional breakdown on camera, she says she can no longer stay silent. Who is she? And what does she want? Because her words, quiet but loaded, have changed the entire narrative. The woman no one expected. It started with a single post on a private account. A blurred photo. A caption that read, "You are not crying because you lost her. You are crying because she finally saw what I saw years ago." Within minutes, the account was linked to a woman once rumored to have worked as a stylist on one of Dylan's earliest projects. Her name is not yet confirmed. But insiders say she was someone Dylan trusted. Someone he once confided in. And someone who, according to a few, may have once meant more than friendship. She had never spoken publicly. Never posted anything related to Dylan. Until now. And the post didn't stop there. The message that shook fans. After fans quickly tracked down the account, the woman deleted the original post. But not before screenshots flooded every corner of the internet. In one leaked exchange with a fan, the woman allegedly wrote, "She was not the first person to stand on a balcony crying over him. I just hope she becomes the last." That single sentence caused a social media firestorm. What did she mean? Was this a pattern? Was Dylan hiding more emotional baggage than anyone knew? And most painfully, was Shen Yue just one chapter in a longer, sadder story? Shen Yue goes silent again. Since leaving the city, Shen Yue has not responded to any press. Her management has declined all interview requests. Her social media remains untouched. But someone close to her posted a cryptic story online. It read simply, "There are some truths we learn too late. And some we never wanted to know at all." Fans believe Shen Yue has already seen the new claims and is choosing to heal in silence again. But this time, the silence feels different. It feels heavier, as if something new has truly broken inside her. Wang finally speaks. In a short, emotionally raw clip shared through his official team, Dylan appeared from what looks like a quiet lakeside cabin. He looked thin, worn, still emotionally unstable. But he spoke carefully. "I am not perfect. I have made mistakes. But I have never manipulated love. And I never meant to hurt anyone. What you saw on that video was me at my weakest. Not acting. Not performing. Just me. And if she never speaks to me again, I will still love her in silence." The video ended with Dylan placing a hand over his heart and walking off camera. Fans were left speechless. Is this the end or something else entirely? With a new woman speaking out. With Shen Yue vanishing into isolation. And with Wang now more vulnerable than ever. This story has taken a turn few expected. Some fans are furious, demanding the woman reveal herself and explain what she truly meant. Others say this is just an attempt to ride the attention of a broken love story. But a growing number of people are now asking something far more painful. Was Shen Yue just another heartbreak Wang never learned from? Or is Dylan now the one being unfairly buried beneath someone else's version of the truth? As one fan wrote under the latest video, "He may have nothing left to prove. But maybe she still deserves an explanation." Stay with us. Because this love story is far from over. And the next twist might just change everything all over again.